Hi guys, this is my You Teach Friday, and the topic I chose was on support. And most animals have a skeleton of some sort, which are attained by either hard tissue, secreted skeletons, or turgidity of body fluids. Skeletons are used for major functions that include maintaining body shape, provide support, and serve as attachment for muscles. Rigid skeletons, they have a fixed point for muscle attachment, and these guys are known as hard body. They are good for support, but bad for flexibility and movement, meaning that they have restricted limb movement. Many invertebrates lack a hard skeleton, and that will give them the ability to move and change body shape and are referred to as soft bodies. And these type of invertebrates are known for having what's called a hydrostatic skeleton. And the performance of a hydrostatic skeleton depends on incompressibility and the ability to assume any shape. It is formed by a fluid-filled compartment within the body, which is formerly known as the colon. So you can think of it as when you blow into a balloon, your air fills inside of the balloon and it fills the shape of the balloon. Or you can think of it as squeezing a rubber glove with water, and when you squeeze it, it will stiffen the fingers because the pressure causes all the water to run towards the fingers. The column has two opposing layers, um, and they contract, forcing fluids into another region, resulting in the body extending. And those two layers run opposite directions. So one layer is the circular muscle, and the other layer is a longitudinal muscle. And some invertebrates use this method to move. So if you look at the picture over here to the right, you can see a difference in the different type of skeletons. And if you focus on the one that's on the very far right of the picture, that's what the hydrostatic skeleton is. And the picture describes it having water pressure. And the most common ones you'll see that has a hydrostatic skeleton will be a worm. So how does a worm use the hydrostatic skeleton to move? Well, the process begins by the circular muscles that are at the posterior end. They contract, which create the hydrostatic pressure that pushes to the anterior and extend the longitudinal muscles. The contraction of the posterior longitudinal muscles pull the rear end forward, which results in a directed and controlled movement forward. And here's a short video to help explain that a little bit better. So hopefully that'll help a little bit better than what I explained. So then what about the guys that are a rigid skeleton or hard bodies? They have a rigid skeleton that is fixed. It gives the animal several advantages, like a chance to grow larger. They'll have more precise controlled movement, and it actually helps them with defense, and their movement of speed is a whole lot better. So they're classified as two types, the endoskeleton and the ectoskeleton. And the endoskeleton, which have calcium or silica spicules that are embedded in the body, which actually can be seen in the top right picture. And if you've noticed, you might have seen like this one and a couple of these through our lab on Tuesday. The ectoskeleton, which are calcium carbonate, and some can actually secrete a non-living external layer, which is known as the cuticle, and it can be strengthened by a formation of cross linkages by adding calcium and pigments, and that process is known as tanning. Cuticles can have spines, tubercles, or scales, which can be seen in the picture to your bottom right. You'll notice that you see the spines here, and each one of these lines represents a segment because they're able to also be split into segments. And another fun fact, in case you guys didn't know, is that we humans we also have cuticles. It's actually located on our fingernails, where our fingernail starts at the deep part of our finger. So that's a fun fact. Here is a short video on spicules. I will fast forward it a little bit because it's a little slow, but you guys will enjoy the video, I think. And that concludes my You Teach Friday. Thank you guys for listening.